जय ब्रजजन रंजन
जय यशोदानंदन जय
जय यमुना तीरावनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय कुंज बिहारी
जय यमुना तीरावनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय
जय यमुना तीरावनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय कुंज बिहारी
जय यमुना तीरावनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय कुंज बिहारी
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरे
कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे
कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरे
हरे
Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
We'll recite together. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraye nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagvat sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naistike Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 5th chapter, verse number 28. So I'll be speaking in English. So 1.5.28. Itham sarat pravrishika vritu hare. Okay, it seems difficult. Itham sarat pravrishika vritu hare.
Ittam Sharat Pravrishika Vritu Hare.
Vishnvato me nushabam yashomalam.
Vrishnvato me Nusavam Yashomalam.
Sankirtyamanam munibhir mahatmabhir.
Sankirtyamanam Munibhir Mahatmabhir.
Bhakti pravrattatmarajastamopaha.
Bhakti Pravrittattmarajastamopaha.
Itham sarat pravrishika vritu hare.
Ittam Sharat Pravrishika Vritu Hare.
Vishnvato me nusabam yashomalam.
Vrishnvato me Nusavam Yashomalam.
Sankirtyamanam munibhir mahatmabhir.
Sankirtyamanam Munibhir Mahatmabhir.
Bhakti pravrattatmarajastamopaha.
Bhakti Pravrittattmarajastamopaha.
Itham sarat pravrishika vritu hare.
Ittam Sharat Pravrishika Vritu Hare.
Vishnvato me nusabam yashomalam.
Vrishnvato me Nusavam Yashomalam.
Sankirtyamanam munibhir mahatmabhir.
Sankirtyamanam Munibhir Mahatmabhir.
Bhakti pravrattatmarajastamopaha.
Bhakti Pravrittattmarajastamopaha.
Okay, so one devotee can recite from here. Yes.
Ittam Sharat Pravrishika Vritu Hare.
Ittam sarat pravrishika vritu hare.
Vishnunvato me Nuvasam Yashomalam.
Vishnvato me nusabam yashomalam.
Sankirtyamanam Munibhir Mahatmabhir.
Sankirtyamanam munibhir mahatmabhir.
Bhaktim Pravrittattmarajastamopaha.
Bhaktim pravrattatmarajastamopaha. One more devotee. Ittam sarat pravrishika vritu hare. Vishnvato me nusabam yashomalam. कीर्तमानं मुनिभिर्महात्मभिः भक्ति प्रवृत्तात्मरजस्तमोपः. One devotee from online if anyone wants, otherwise we'll go ahead. Yes. Itam sarat pravishikavritu harer. Vishunvato me nushavam yashomalam. Sankirtamanam munibhir mahatmabhir. Bhakti pravrittatmarajastamopah. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Now, word to word meaning. Itham, thus. Sharat, autumn. Pravrishikau, rainy season. Ritu, 2 seasons. Hare, of the Lord. Vishnvatah, continuously hearing. Me, myself. Anushavam, constantly. Yashah amalam, unadulterated glories. Sankirtyamanam, chanted by. Munibhi, the great sages. Mahatmabhi, great souls. Bhakti, devotional service. Pravritta, began to flow. Atma, living being. Rajah, mode of passion. Tama, mode of ignorance. Upaha, vanishing. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Thus, during 2 seasons, the rainy season and autumn, I had the opportunity to hear these great souled sages constantly chant the unadulterated glories of the Lord Hari. As the flow of my devotional service began, the coverings of the modes of passion and ignorance vanished. Purport. Transcendental loving service for the Supreme Lord is the natural inclination of every living being. The instinct is dormant in everyone, but due to the association of material nature, the modes of passion and ignorance cover this from time immemorial. If, by the grace of the Lord and the great soul devotees of the Lord, a living being becomes fortunate enough to associate with the unadulterated devotees of the Lord and gets a chance to hear the unadulterated glories of the Lord, certainly the flow of devotional service takes place like the flow of a river. As the river flows on till she reaches the sea, similarly, pure devotional service flows by the association of pure devotees till it reaches the ultimate goal, namely, transcendental love of God. Such a flow of devotional service cannot stop. On the contrary, it increases more and more without limitation. The flow of devotional service is so potent that any onlooker also becomes liberated from the influence of the modes of passion and ignorance. These 2 qualities of nature are thus removed, and the living being is liberated, being situated in his original position. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padkamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. First of all, I seek blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas here or hearing online, and also my humble obeisances to His Grace Madan Sundar Prabhu and my Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, everyone, that they please bless me so that whatever I speak, that is in parampara and nothing is concoction of mind or for pleasure of my own senses. Hare Krishna. So here the case study is going on. We all know this Srimad Bhagavatam is full with case studies. So generally it happens that whenever there is a court case, so you might be knowing this, whenever there is a hearing in the court case, so first it is discussed in police station, right? When case seems it is not so easy to deal with, then further it goes to district court, right? Then their hearing goes on, arguments goes on, proofs are present, then some decision happen, but still there could be some party that there is no judgment accepted by one of the party that this is injustice. Then what is the next stage? This I am talking about Indian judiciary system. So if district court cannot take decision, which means they have taken decision but both the parties or either one are not accepting, then what is the next stage? That case goes to high court, right? State court we call it. So in that again same thing happens. Some more arguments are put, some more references are given, win or defeat, proofs, witnesses, those are present. But now my question is, anyone knows if still their case is not resolved, then what is the next process? Supreme Court. Supreme Court is the highest authority for Indian civilians. So now anyone would like to share what exactly happens in Supreme Court? Because those things have already happened here, right? So same witnesses and other things are not present there because it's a waste of time. So now anyone knows what exactly happens? We all would have studied, right, till 10th social science, different systems, India, how does it work? So I do not expect you to remember, but this is very key point, which if you remember, you can always relate with Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana for the same, Mahabharata. So anyone online would like to share what happens exactly in the Supreme Court? Anyone? Okay, doesn't seem anyone is giving answer. So let me disclose. So in Supreme Court only one thing happens, that is presentation of a case from history or past, that oh my lord, this similar thing has happened before, and in such and such case these were the witnesses, these were the whatever parties, and such decision was taken. So that's what happened, which means no arguments, case studies brought from past, and on the basis of those case studies, because decision had been already made for those cases. So that's how it saves the time, and it also gives sufficient proof itself that in such case this decision was taken, so now in your case it should be done like this. Like for the case of Ram Lalaji, installation of deities at Ayodhya, that case was presented, like what should happen in the case, because previously that was worshipped by Hindus or Sanatan Dharma followers, but later on it was demolished, and then there was a mosque built on it. But now what to do? What to do? So what should happen in such a case? So then different checks were there. So it was initially filed in some case Faridabad, then Ayodhya, then it went to Lucknow or Allahabad High Court, or now we call Prayagraj. No decision could be made. Then it went to finally Supreme Court, and then decision was brought. So in decision, they did not argue on the basis of what should be done, what should not be. They directly found the references from what, what was the final verdict based on what? Scriptures. That there was Ramlala temple. What was the reference? Tulsi Ramcharitmanas. What was the reference? Balmiki Ramayana. Now there was mosque built later on. What was the reference? Written documented facts from Akbar Nama, written by one poet of Akbar. Later on he wrote many things, like what Akbar did and what followers did. So such things were brought in evidence. So what was that? They found the cases from history and they directly quoted that. There was no argument ki archaeological survey had already provided reports and it was in favor, but still it was not accepted because they were saying in hundreds of years there could be many things. So but finally what was accepted? Verdicts of scriptures, and those were based on case studies. So case studies are always brought in front to support or take the decision. So same is happening here in Bhagavatam and also Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana. Whenever there is a conflict or somebody is teaching another, you will always find somebody will quote from Purana. Purana means ancient history or stories from scriptures, that this had happened, same. So Itihas itself means Itihasa, that this had happened already, so now I accept it. So now Srila Narad Muniji is giving his own case study to give solace and conviction to whom? Srila Vyasdev, that please do not get worried that you are not finding what? Satisfaction. There is no satisfaction at the heart of Vyasdev. He is not finding, after writing so much voluminous scriptures, writings, there is no solace, there is no peace in my heart, which is expected, because I am trying to do good for the whole society. But why I am still not satisfied at heart? What is causing it? So then Narad Muni started narrating, and here comes three very important principles of that. So if we can focus on translation, I'll focus in this discussion in 3 points. So first is, I had the opportunity to hear these great souls. So first principle is opportunity to hear these great souls. Second, after hearing, what did he do? They were constantly chanting the unadulterated glories of the Lord Hari, and same what he did we'll find further in this case study when he narrates what he was doing when he went to the forest. And finally he is giving the result. Like case study, it ends with some result. So result is the last line. The flow of my devotional service began at that moment after meeting with those Vedantists, after hearing glories of Lord from them, and the coverings of the modes of passion and ignorance vanished. So you can see all the things. It's a sambandha, there is a prayojan, and there is in between what? Avidheya. So Avidheya, he practiced devotional service, hearing. Sambandh, he got opportunity to meet great sages. And finally prayojan. What is prayojan? That devotional service was established in the heart. And what was the outcome? He got love of Godhead. And what is the proof? Modes of passion and ignorance vanished. So now, understanding this, we need to understand also, like it is told to go up to the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. First, we need to understand how this creation has happened, right? Not many likes actually. 5th canto, 3rd canto, so much discussion is there how this creation happened. But if we understand in that way, that is called Kapila Sankhya. I got opportunity to speak on that when there was discussion on Kapil Dev's teachings. So I had opportunity to discuss how Kapila Sankhya philosophy describes this whole material creation, and in that relation to in that material creation, what is the position of soul and super soul. So there is description that there are 24 elements which makes this whole cosmic creation. I'm just setting the scene, I'm trying my best so that you understand the potency of devotional service, because that is what is glorified here by Prabhupada. Like first two lines you see, transcendental loving service for the Supreme Lord is the natural inclination of every living being. The instinct is dormant in everyone, but due to the association of material nature, the modes of passion and ignorance cover this from time immemorial. So how it is originally there and how it is covered, I am just going to discuss through this Sankhya. I am trying. So this is just whatever Prabhupada writes, that's just case study on some references directly. So this is the verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita when there is Sanatan Siksha at the Dasashmit Ghat. We'll get the opportunity, those who are going in the yatra, to visit that place where Sanatan Siksha, Rup Siksha had happened at Varanasi and Prayagraj. So we'll get opportunity. So at Sanatan Siksha it comes. So what is that? It is dormant. So Prabhupada in NOD writes that like a child, baby child, naturally it is having ability to walk. It is not like when he grows with the age, that ability comes suddenly. That ability was already there, but it was dormant. As he gets some form, some strength, he gets some support, some push from parents, he starts walking. So same is here, that is naturally, that instinct dormant in everyone's heart. What is that? Pure devotional service. So as we all know, being devotees, I am discussing this with devotees. So I'll directly say that we all know that we have come here from spiritual world. And what is the cause? We want to enjoy separately. So once the soul comes in this material world, so description comes that this material world is made up of 24 elements, 5 working senses. What are those 5 working senses? Quickly, anyone would like to share? Working senses? Yes, Ankit Bro. Hands, legs, anus, genital, and mouth or tongue, right? What are 5 knowledge acquiring senses? Eyes, ears, tongue, then skin and nose. Okay. Now what are 5 sense objects which becomes the source of input for the senses? No, sense objects. I am not coming to that. I'll come. Yes. Yes. Smell. For the nose, what is required? Smell. We have not made that. You have not made that. Who gave the smell to the flowers? Krishna. So it is existing. Who gave taste or smell to the earth? Krishna. So smell. For nose it is smell. For tongue it is taste. Right? For ears what is that? Sound. Right? For eyes what is that? Form. Some forms. That's what we want to see. We might see beautiful forms we want to see, but actually we in our covered stage we do not know what is beautiful and what is ugly. So that is there. And what is for the skin? Touch. Baby, you see, these all 5 things are very prominent in him. As soon as he takes birth, first thing what does he do? He needs something to eat. Touch. That baby always touches mother. Then once he starts seeing in 6 months or 8 months, he constantly gazes upon different people, those who are coming. He holds their hands. So those things are very prominent, develops. So we have completed 15 elements, right? 5 more, what are those? gross elements, Tamal Mohan Prabhu was sharing, earth, air, water, fire, ether, which are the main coverings for this material world, grossly. Then thicker than those, what are the three subtle elements? Yes, mind, intelligent and false ego. So it is told that these five elements cover some part of universe, but it grows from grosser to subtler. Like earth, if we takes this as x, then 10 times more than earth, what would be? Water. Then 10 times more, what would be? Subtler. What is subtle than water? Fire. Then air. Then ether. And now 10 times more, what would be? Mind. Subtler than mind is who controls mind. What is that? Then 10 times more, what is there? False ego. And now we have covered up to 23 elements, right? And these whole 23 elements are within this womb impregnated by Lord Hari in this material world, which is called Brahmand. Brahma, created by Brahma, fully cognizant. But And, Brahmand. And means egg shaped. That's how description comes. So Brahmand. So why I am going here, now you need to understand. We belong there. Golokera prema dhana Hari nama sankirtana. Right? So that holy name is from spiritual world. Similarly, soul is from where? Spiritual world. Now we have come here in this covering. And this 23 together in the active state, where there is a presence of what? Time. Where there is a presence of three modes. Passion, ignorance, goodness is called Mahatattva, which means Samam Bonam of all these elements. So that is called Mahatattva. Now 24 elements. But for whom it is created? Jivas. Those who are Dveshi. Those who are envious of Krishna. They want to enjoy separately. They have been put here. Right? Inside these cells. And now Supreme Lord is above. 26th is Supreme Lord, who actually controls this whole cosmos. This Brahman, 24 elements. Inside there is Jiva, and now controlled by Supreme Lord. So that's how these 26 things comes. So if we understand this relationship, that Supreme Lord who is the topmost, then we will understand we do not belong here. Where do we belong to? Spiritual world, right? So like first two lines, what are these? Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunai Shravanadi Shuddha Chitta Karaye Uday. So now Prabhupada is giving in these first three lines this very special initial process. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunai. We cannot, from our own endeavor, we can never possess Krishna Prema. We can never make our progress towards spiritual world with our own endeavor only. We always need an element of grace, right? Like that analogy given, you have seen Chaitanya Mahaprabhu raising his arms like this. That indicates two things. First, he is so magnanimous. Generally, all the incarnations, what they are doing? Somebody is protecting, somebody is killing someone, somebody is meditating, and finally Lord Krishna comes where he is playfully enjoying. So actually Krishna's pastime is enjoying eternally, but where? With his devotees. He is not much worried about us because we have rebuked him. We have been rebellious to him. But who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doing like this? He is giving us indication that if you do like this, chant the holy name and raise your arms and call for that Lord Hari, then what will happen? You will be claimed from this material ocean. So you would have seen also picture of Srila Prabhupada where a jiva is fallen in the ocean, Bhavasagar, right? And it is raising hands and there is Krishna coming on the Garuda to pick. So what is the analogy? If you are bound by something, if you are kept in such a situation, vast ocean, can you try to cross with your own power? Not possible. You need some external intervention where superior person lifts you or takes you out. So same happens with us. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhya Kabunai. You can never think that I'll sadh lunga main. I'll perform in such a way that Krishna will be attracted. No, it's a grace. Grace of a devotee and grace of Krishna. That Prabhupada writes in this purport only. We'll read further. And Sravanadi Suddha Chitta Karayodaya. How that position can be achieved? By hearing. Shravanadi Shuddha Chitta. So process is hear, your heart will become purified, and finally what will happen? Karayodaya. What will be born out of it? Krishna Prem. So that's the process. Process, it's like a cycle. We desired separately, we were sent here, we are covered now. Now we desire, we want to be uncovered. We want to be uncovered from modes of passion and ignorance. So what's the process? We need to seek that grace of that devotee, Lord, and then we'll be taken out of this miserable material world. Right? So in this cycle, I could not draw here, but if you see, we have different case studies. We were discussing about Narad Muni. So for the eyes, what is the case study? Whereby just seeing the Lord, somebody became enchanted. Any case study you remember from Srimad Bhagavatam? Just by seeing the Lord. Parikshit Maharaj is there, but he is mainly known for hearing, because perfection came when he started hearing. He had seen, taken darshan. So for vision, what I remember is story of whom? Dhruv Maharaj. That time purification happened when he saw darshan. Also of Kubja. She was full with desires. Akamah sarva kamova moksha kamodardi tibrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. So what is it? By seeing the Lord, she became enchanted by the beauty of Lord. And she thought, how if I could be her even maid servant, or he could be my husband or something. And although she had sexual desire, kam vasna, but just by darshan of Lord it became purified. Same with Dhruv Maharaj. He had desired to have planetary system higher than whom? Brahma. But just by taking darshan of Lord, what happened? He lost those desires. He was saying, क्या मैं हीरा मिल रहा है कहीं दुकान पे और आप वहाँ जाके कांच के टुकड़े मांग रहे हो कि मुझे कुछ कांच के टुकड़े मिलेंगे क्या खेलने के लिए? That's how Radha Gopinath Prabhu describes. And Prabhupada also writes, broken pieces of glass we are asking in front of a diamond, Neelmani Krishna. So that seems like our position. So first principle is hearing. And same, this culture of knowledge is repeatedly told again and again and again and again and again in Srimad Bhagavatam. Yashyam vaishruyamanayam Krishne param purushe bhaktir utpadyate pumsah shok moh bhayapaha. So 3 classes are here given. It's 1.7.7. Further we'll study. So what is Yashyam vaishruyamanayam? Just by hearing. Krishne parampura is about that glories of that Supreme Person Krishna. Bhaktir utpadyate pumsa, that devotional service or the desire to serve Lord, to see Him, to be with Him, awakens. And just by that desire, what happens? Shok, moh, bhaya, which are the basic function of this material world. How animal functions in this material world? You know? Because of fear. And if you see the human society, the most opportune moment comes in their life when they are threatened. For what? Death. Fear. So 4 activities are there. What is that? Which are common to animal and humans? Eating. It binds us, but it also liberates us. What is that? Prasad, Krishna Prasad. Sleeping. It binds us, but also helps us in some way. If we are thinking that we are taking rest, so next day I can serve more for Krishna. Mating, it's prohibited, it's regulated. Prohibited for illicit sex. Regulated within a Vedic society, in a cultural way, marriage, it's allowed. And that becomes source of liberation for you, if you have a Krishna conscious child. But what about defense? Defense for what? Body or soul? Soul. If it is for the protection of soul, it is already protected. There could nothing be done to the soul. It is already protected. But if we provide this Krishna conscious nourishment to the soul, then same body and our existence becomes movement for our liberation. So what I was trying to put, that in the whole world, if you see the GDP of any country, the biggest chunk spent is for what? Defense. Because everyone is fearful. That is one of the biggest symptom you can see that how this world is functioning under fear. What is the, I don't know exact calculation, but what I know, the topmost cut or share of GDP is for what? Defense. Indian defense system, army, right? Same for USA. They have in billions. That much nobody earns, nobody spends. That much budget they allocate for defense. Because everyone is fearful. And that's how it is functioning. But the moment we desire to take devotional service, that moment itself, what? We becomes fearless. That is the symptom of devotional service. You all remember, like I always meditate on this thought. Like as soon as we come in the contact of a devotee, what happens? They give us some process, chanting holy name and different things. So what is the fearful thing? That one day I lose my near dear ones, one day I'll lose my body. For this only we try to defend this body and related relatives to this body. But the moment we come in the contact of devotee, what is the first philosophy we get? We are not body, we are soul. Which means I am worrying about few of my relatives in this body, but already I had millions, billions of bodies. I have crossed through. In one scripture it is told that when you go on the shore, nearby ocean or river, you see there are dusty particles there. At least that many times we have taken birth. Not just 84 million. Those are species. Those are just species. But we have taken birth how many times? Those particles of sands on the beach or shore of the river. That many times we have taken birth. And every time we feared that we are losing this body. So I mean to say that many bodies we have taken now. Why we are worried for protecting this body? So the moment we take shelter of this devotional process, immediately we become fearless. Now further we will go in the purport. If by the grace of Lord and the great soul devotees of the Lord, a living being becomes fortunate enough to associate with the unadulterated devotees of the Lord and gets a chance to hear the unadulterated glories of the Lord, certainly the flow of devotional service takes place like the flow of a river. So this culture of knowledge or culture of bhakti has been already explained in 1.2.17 to 1.2.20. Shrinvatam swakatha Krishna punya shravana kirtana hridayantastohi abhadrani vidunoti surhit satam. There comes a special word, vidunoti. Dhunoti means washing, like dhobi. So dhu, this dhatu comes in Sanskrit, which means dhona, dhulna, and dhunoti means wash karna with efforts. Vidunoti means special, vishisht prakar dhunoti, बहुत स्पेशली धोया जाता है. What is washed but? हृदयंतस्थो ही abhadrani. All the misgivings, all the desires. Prabhupada clearly writes there, what is that misgiving? Next verse also comes. Nashta prayesu abhadreshu. After this 18 is Nashta prayesu abhadreshu. In this also abhadra comes. So Prabhupada clearly tells what is that abhadra. Prabhupada writes fear. Fear in the heart. And what others? All the misgivings. What are those misgivings which we feel for? Kam, krodh, lobh, moh, mad, matsarya. These are the things actually which makes us troubled. We go to the office. It's fine if we are not given promotion. But what if our just colleague who is sitting beside me doesn't do that much work what I do as per my calculation? He gets promotion. So what is that? What is this? What is getting cultivated here? Envy? Matsar? Love? We are getting 15 lakh salary and we are deployed here somewhere near Hinjawadi, and suddenly we get another call, interview is scheduled, and we get 18-20 lakh salary, but we have to go to Mumbai, Bangalore. What happens? What happens? Immediately mind make us in a state where we are panicked. All the things were fine. We are already getting 300-400% hike or whatever, but still it is making us troubled. Why? Low. I'm just trying to let you know that how does it function, these things. Every day we struggle. Every day we struggle. Calm, what to speak of? We are filled with calm. The moment we get up, we want to bhog only. We want to do bhog only, just to enjoy everything. ठंड है तो गर्म पानी कैसे ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मिल जाए, गर्मी आ रही तो ठंडा पानी कैसे मिल जाए. वी स्टार्ट आवर डे विद दैट, राइट. पेट कैसे अच्छे से साफ हो जाए ताकि नेक्स्ट इनपुट अच्छे से लिया जा सके प्रसाद के रूप में. सो एवरीथिंग जस्ट स्टार्ट विद काम वासना ओनली. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट डिवोटीज लाइफ, व्हाट टू स्पीक ऑफ आउटसाइडर्स. सो these all abhadras just removed. Why what? Shrinvatam swa katha Krishna. Just by hearing. Another word Prabhupada used, irrevocable. Irrevocable, which means something which was already existing. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem, Sadhya Kabuna Nitya Siddha. Eternally existing. That love which is eternally existing, irrevocable it is, and that is established just by that desire to sit or actually sitting in the Srimad Bhagavatam class. So I want to congratulate you, and also through you I am sitting. So thank you very much. I hope so our Havadras also goes away by doing this process. And then Prabhupada comes to the final third point. Tada rajas tamo bhava kam lobha dayaschaye chetaitir anavidham sthitam sattve prasidati. Now comes this point again. First point is what? In the association of devotees. So Srinvatam Shwa Katha Krishna, when we speak, definitely if we are hearing somebody is speaking, and who will speak the glories of Krishna? Some devotee. So first point is clear, that in the association of devotees, when we get the opportunity to hear. Second point comes what? Constantly chant the unadulterated glories of the Lord Hari. So then comes verse what? Nastprayeshu abhadreshu nityam. Nityam what? Bhagavat sevaya. Right? And third comes tada rajas tamo bhava kam lobhadayaschaye. Kam, krodh, lobh, tada rajas tamo. Especially mentioned about rajas and tamo. Some person may think, hey, why not about mood of goodness? It also binds us. Like Brahmanas or even devotees, if they are situated in a temple which is full with facilities, 6 times prasadam, 3-4 kitchens, like in our NVCC, we have 6 times prasadam available if somebody wants to have, and nice kirtan, wonderful deities, right? And we get opportunity, we have our own shopping mall also, which was Vaishno Sambardhan. Whatever you want, it's like Vancha Kalptarubhyascha. Vancha Kalptaru it is. Whatever desire they give you, new dhoti kurta, pen, pencil, bag, everything is available. But if that devotee doesn't want to serve under the authority or as per the instruction given by a spiritual master, then that facility being situated in that, it will be only considered mode of goodness. So generally it is very clear what differentiates between Brahmana and a Vaishnava. Both are situated in mode of goodness. But what differentiates between them? That authority. For Brahmana, the main authority is generally Shastra. But he cannot argue with. Shastras cannot come and directly instruct you. Who will instruct you? Some authority, Guru. So Vaishnavas are always under the shelter of some senior authority, and that saves us. Because how to apply that principle of Vedic culture or Vedas, that is told by whom? Some authority. So initially I have told that devotee is always important. Krishna is there. It is by his glories when we are hearing, we are getting purified. But that process has started from where? Authority. Authority in Krishna consciousness, like appearance of some devotee. So those who have heard about NOD, Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, they all know that by our own achievement, bhakti cannot be purchased or granted. It is actually granted by some devotee who is carrying that. So we would have heard this song. तोमार हृदय सदा गोविंद विश्राम गोविंद कहे न मोरा वैष्णव परान. I love this song very much. So here it is told, so many things are before, glories of Vaishnavas, but what specifically is mentioned? We are looking after Krishna, Govinda, but where he has been kept? Tomar Hridaya Sada. In the heart of a Vaishnava, Govinda is already residing. Naham Tishtami Vaikunthe Yoginam Hridaya Shubha Tatra Tishtami Narada Yatra Gayanti Mat Bhakta. He's in Padma Puran, same principle again. He is telling Narada, neither I reside in the Vaikuntha, although people know he is in Vaikuntha. Yogi Nam Hridaya Shubha, neither a yogi can capture me within his heart, because yogi is trying to meditate what? Yogi Nam api sarvesham madgate nantaratmana shraddhaman vajte umam same yukta tamamata. Even not for that yogi I am residing in his heart, although he is trying to search out there. Where is he residing? Tatra Tishtami Narada. There I reside. Where? Yatra Gayanti Madbhakta. Where the glories, holy name, pastimes, forms are discussed, described in the assembly of a Vaishnava. When these verbs are used, Gayanti, Vadanti, Srinavatam, this automatically includes another person in our life. You cannot hear alone. You need someone to hear from. You cannot sing alone. Gayanti means plural. Multiple people are singing. It's not Gayati, it's Gayanti, which means already multiple people are discussing and hearing. So as soon as we talk about devotional service, somebody else is involved. Right? Pure devotional service from Rupa Goswami's part. What is he saying? Anukulyene Krishnanu Silanam Bhaktiruttama. So yes, you have to do things favorable for Krishna consciousness. Anukulyene Krishnanu. But Anusilanam Bhaktiruttama. Bhaktiruttama will only happen when it is in the followership of some great soul or Acharya. Anusilan. Anusilan is for whom? For some authority. So it's never independent. Neither we can ever achieve nor we can practice independently. It always needs to be under the guidance, authority of some other Vaishnavas. Now further going in this purport, certainly the flow of devotional service takes place like the flow of a river, as the river flows on till she reaches the sea. Going further, such a flow of devotional service cannot stop. And once this happens, you always remember this analogy given by Rupa Goswami. So this is called like Atishokti is also called, and also it's like indirect glorification. Sometimes we say somebody no so that he does it because we know the tendency, right? So there is a description Rupa Goswami gives that, oh dear Jiva, I am trying my best. There could be different form, but what I have heard. Oh dear Jiva, if you have desire to enjoy even a little, do not go to the Mathura Puri. It's very, very, very dangerous. And even if you are in the Mathura Puri, Braj Mandal, do not dare to go to Vrindavan near Vamshivat. But suppose somehow by mistake you have reached there, please close your ears, close your eyes, because there eternally residing Govindji, Govindevji. Actually that temple Govindev was near Vamshivat. Still it is there, but now deities have moved to Jaipur. So close your eyes and close your ears, because if you hear the Vamshi of Krishna and follows it and takes the darshan of Krishna, you will forget everything. All the material desires will be vanished. You cannot think of any other enjoyment except hearing and seeing that beautiful form. So indirectly what Rupa Goswami is saying, That such is the power of taking darshan of Lord, hearing His glories, hearing His fruit. So automatically it happens, nobody tries. Shranvatam sa kathatu tada rajastamo bhava. And finally, next verse comes 17, 18, 19, now 20. What is that? Evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogata. As soon as this Kam, Krodh, Lobh are removed from our heart, what happens? Evam prasanna manaso. So outcome, happiness is the outcome of what? Satisfaction, when there is no misery. How does satisfaction comes? When you are not troubled. When whatever the needs are there, taken care nicely. At that stage what happens? You are satisfied. And happiness is the outcome of what? Satisfaction. Only satisfied heart. Prabhupada writes in Bhagavad Gita. Only Sarvalok Maheshram, that verse comes. Na? Bhoktaram Yagya Tapsam Sarvalok Maheshram. So in that Prabhupada says that if we understand that we are not the enjoyer, our senses, our activity, our existence is made to serve Krishna. At that moment itself we become satisfied because we are not here to enjoy. Now I will not try to enjoy. There would be no desire for enjoyment, which means misery will also not come. Prahlad Maharaj states case study. He is telling to his Daitya friends, Ashuric friends, that what is the cause of misery in this material world? The moment we think, I want to get happiness out of this, that moment, because this is duality, Dvait, this world is Dvait, immediately with that desire of happiness, misery is attached. Correct? For example, I was discussing about job. As soon as you get job, what comes along with? 9-10 hours working, you are not getting free. And if you are sitting on the desktop, laptop like this, automatically comes the knee pain, back pain. You can desire, that's fine. You can desire 10, 20, 30 lakh per annum job. But misery comes. The moment you desire gulab jamun, it is fine. You can enjoy it. But what about those who are having diabetes? What if you want to enjoy more? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces. Same person will say, nahi, ab nahi bas. Not anymore. So which means the moment we desire for enjoyment, misery is attached. We cannot avoid that. So automatically it happens. Same happens with bhakti. Evam prasanna manu. So these stages automatically happens. Shranvatam swakritha Krishna hridayantasto vadrani vidunoti. Then Nasht prayashu vadreshu nityam bhagavad sevaya. And doing regularly what happens? Tada rajastamo bhava kam lobha dayaschaye. Immediately heart becomes clean. Once heart is cleansed of these 6 misgivings, kam, krodh, lobh, moh, mad, matsarya. Now who can reside there? It is best suitable place for Krishna. Because now there is only one relationship is left. What is that? Service to Krishna, our eternal original position. So we have come from that Jiva had come, bound in the Brahman, within 24 elements, under the shell. And now it can be liberated from whom? That same person who had sent us here. We came here on our desire, own desire. But who had created and arranged everything? Krishna. So if again we desire Him, not these worldly things, then we are eligible to go back. Prabhupada writes in the last line, the flow of devotional service is so potent that any onlooker also becomes liberated from the influence of the modes of passion and ignorance. These 2 qualities of nature are thus removed and the living being is liberated, being situated in his original position. Going back to Godhead, what is Prabhupada again and again have told. We will get over that position again. And one more line which I could not focus on. The devotional service is so potent that any onlooker also becomes liberated. You have seen when devotees dance, we used to do Harinam Sankirtan when we were in temple doing PDC. Pradyumna Priya Prabhu would be knowing. When we go out, you will find many people just out of the bus, children will smile and Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. You will see people standing on the terrace, although their face would have become like, drowned potato or some rotten vegetable, but still when they see devotees, they will smile jubilantly. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. So onlookers also become liberated. And there is a many pastimes or stories of Prabhupada. I don't know many of you know about our how many of you know about Kadam Kanan Swami Maharaj? Anyone knows? What was the pastime? You would like to tell? Speak in a short, whatever you remember. Yeah. How did he join ISKCON, you know? What was he looking for? No? His dog, Krishna. They have named. He and his partner, wife, they were looking for their dog. And they suddenly heard there's sound coming. Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare. They thought somebody is also trying to help us. We do not know them. So they went in that direction trying to find out what is happening. And they got some pamphlet and everything. Later on, Maharaj left everything and joined. Onlookers, just by seeing the devotees. There are many cases. If you would have read Srila Prabhupada Leelamrit, you would be knowing about Crazy Peter. Right? Just being in the association of devotees. He was not trying to do much more. But Prabhupada used to say whenever he will see that there is no toilet paper, once he came suddenly inside and he found no toilet paper, he went out, brought toilet paper, put it inside, and Prabhupada saw it. He immediately commented, see, this person also wants to serve. So that service attitude is within everyone's heart. So we need not to worry. Only we need to engage ourselves in right way. So Prabhupada is also writing onlookers. Same happened with the case of Hajamil. He was filled with Kam and Krodha, Lobha. 10 children, married Vaishya. And at the age of 84, 85, 87, whatever you say, 80s, he's trying to produce more children and still he's not satisfied. And now he's at the epitome of his life, like where there is a D-Day, decision day. There are 4 Yamdutas, 4 Vishnu Dutas. He just heard the discussion and he saw the Vishnu Dutas, how they are. It is written in the purport, by seeing them, first he saw Yamdutas, he got frightened. As soon as he saw the Vishnu Dutas, he immediately understood they are my, I am theirs. They are favorable to me. They have came here to save me. Then he heard the discussion. Nothing instructed by Vishnu Dutas, but he understood what is the purpose of life. He went to Haridwar, performed, went back after 10 years. Just by seeing devotees, others become devotee. That's why Prabhupada told, go out, do book distribution. If not, at least do Harinam. So for Harinam also we are going out to give Harinam, to give darshan of yours, devotees. Many times it happens, people meet, you might have found in your company or somewhere near neighbors. अरे हम तो जानते नहीं थे, हरे कृष्णा वाले यहाँ हैं. We just found few guys in the lift from Kashmir. अरे भंडारा चल रहा है क्या हरे कृष्णा वालों का? I was just holding cookers 2-3 days back. I had to deliver those cookers to Mataji. So I was holding those cookers and they saw me and they told, अरे भंडारा चल रहा है क्या? तो मैंने कहा हम प्रसाद बनाते हैं, सैटरडे को खिचड़ी बांटते हैं. तो immediately what husband told, कुछ है क्या, मतलब प्रसाद है क्या, अभी होना है? तो मैंने कहा no, it is finished now. It was 7:30, everything was delivered. Meja 9, TCG everywhere. It was 8:30 somehow. I told नहीं हो गया है, कल आप आ सकते हैं. Those who have tasted, they understand what it is. This process is so enchanting, charming, that being in this process, nothing more is needed. Everything happens automatically, like flow of a river. As soon as Ganges or Yamuna comes down from Yamunotri, Gangotri, there is no need to show them path. अब इधर जाओ, फिर left लो. नहीं, GPS में वाराणसी पहले नहीं आना चाहिए, पहले प्रयागराज आएगा, फिर वाराणसी आएगी. Nothing like, automatically it flows towards destination, ocean. It finds its own way. Similarly, once you start hearing this Srimad Bhagavatam, glories of Lord, reading about, meditating upon, everything is happening automatically. We need to put little more consciousness every day. That's it. Everything will happen automatically, like a river. So, if you want to, I had too much to share, but as it is told, बोलते हैं कि 10 घंटे प्रिपेयर करो तो शायद 1 घंटे का कुछ भगवान कृपा करते हैं कि बोल पाते हैं. I had prepared not that much, but I had a lot of things to share. So in short, I'll just say कि if you want to understand how we are bound, you can read everything, whatever Prabhupada writes is from some Bhagavatam, further discussion, or Bhagavad Gita. So 14.5 to 14.9 you can read how we are bound. And same line comes. We don't have much time. Same line comes that how we are covered. And again there Prabhupada says that although goodness also binds, but that name is not here. Passion and ignorance is provided, not goodness. Why? Because that becomes a platform to bounce back. So that's why passion and ignorance are condemned here, not goodness. Goodness also binds, but if we are under authority, we are not fooling our own mind, then we are sure shot go back to Godhead, getting liberated from this material world. So that's from my side. Thank you very much. Now if anyone is having any question here or online, they can ask. Otherwise we'll close. Online. Okay. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. Thank you very much.